No.
You should try tequilas. It has a much better value for the bottom half of the anatomy. No problem.
No problem.
Tequila. You know that song, Havana?
Havana.
Tequila, Havana. Tequila, Havana.
Tequila.
There you go. You got it. You see?
Tequila. Havana.
Anyway, why does everybody jump ship? Are you making lots of money? Yeah, I hope you're making lots of money. I hope everybody's coining it in, cashing it in.
Yes, we're making millions. Shekels.
Fantastic.
Yeah, shekels.
Fantastic. Have you told Jeff?
Money laundering.
Have you told Jeff? Have you told Jeff?
Well, Jeff almost got us clipped.
What?
Yeah, because he turned on his camera and he lit a cigarette, and then I received a message saying, Jeff is doing something inappropriate on camera. You need to drop him or we'll ban your
Jeff ran away from TikTok indignant.
What gave him the idea to turn on his camera? Where do you think he is?
And he rage quit after that. Does make sense.
Oh my God. Anyway, it's good to be with you guys. So thank you very much. I'm not gonna steal the show because it's your show. I'll just come and watch.
Oh, come on, you love it. Anyway, anybody else enraged in the comments section? Do you guys want to come up? We're willing to listen to you.
I wonder if there are any pro-Palestinians that actually care for Palestinians more than the cause.
Oh, I think you have to keep looking, honey.
Yeah.
In silence. Let's see how long we can
I'm done. I quit. But
oh my God.
Israel becoming the 51st state is the first.
Bugsy. Bugsy. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Where's Bugsy? Have you met Bugsy? All right, Bibi's gone to sleep.
No clue who that is. Who's the second BB?
Yeah, you need to say who Bibi.
Israeli Bibi. We don't know this Bibi.
Well, it is the second BB, except that the first one's not really BB either, so it's technically like the third.
And we also have two Daniels.
But then if I say the third BB, you're all going to be looking around wondering where the third one is, so we're stuck. I have no idea who the hell he is.
Yeah, and we also have another Daniel. Are you there? The other Daniel? Daniel El Nathan?
Daniel is Israeli too.
No, not the
Oh, you're also Israeli? Oh my God, how are we going to separate them?
Are you also Israeli? Daniel.
Yeah, he's Israeli.
What's his name? Daniel.
Nathan.
Nathan, yes.
Well, this other Daniel is also Israeli, so we have two Israeli
Is that the one me?
Seriously, we came here to meet other people, and we found Israeli BB.
Is that
and
voiceover
Israeli
guy?
We have repeated.
Get backstage and finish plugging in those lights, voiceover guy.
Well, it's good to know we have spares.
I used to feel so special.
You're not.
It seems no life. So common.
You're just another Daniel here.
Yeah, other two.
I was on the clubhouse today, and I was like, where the hell is everyone? Where is everyone? And I just got to this, and I'm like, what?
Everyone's here.
Yeah, where did you all migrate?
The problem is that here we only can have like 8 spots, and so
Ah, really? Ah, it's limited?
yeah, just the ones on stage right now.
I mean, your rooms were usually at the best of the 8 spot, sweet spot.
Yeah, but there is like, I don't know, sometimes we have a little bit more.
That's what the chat is for, and we can always like boot someone at someone's Zoom if someone at the chat.
Yeah, I mean, like Johnny's taking a space. We can always put John.
John is worthless. John always.
Yeah, you can record from the
stage from the audience.
Yeah, like listen, on Clubhouse when you can add infinite mods to the stage, fine, give them space. Over here, it's just not worth it. I'm sorry, John.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to
Oh,
quote.
we even have Dude in the audience.
I just want to quote Mixad and say, right.
Right. John Kitover? Oh my God, you got John
Yes.
Kitover too. John.
Everyone's here.
It's so nice to be with you. It's like we never had to ever escape.
Hey, but we have new people. Fallujah, we have Bibi, the King, we have Daniel, El Nathan, and we have MK.
That's great. I like, who's the honey job, man? Who's the honey job?
New in the app, new in here.
I mean, MK, come on. MK, you know me. MK, we have to wait.
You know me, so I'm not new.
No, you're not new to me. How are you doing? Are you winning the battles?
To you?
Are you winning the battles, MK?
What?
Are you winning the battles? Are you full winning? Because you
And now I just look. I was in a panel and the host wanted to close the panel and my friend said, open, so we come to you and something. I'm not opening live and I'm not. I don't know how to do that.
Bugsy, come on up. I'll drop the Bugsy.
Okay, hold on. Let me drop John. Sorry, John.
See, Bugsy, come on up. I'll drop the Bugsy.
Okay, hold on. Let me drop John. Sorry, John.
Bugsy, come on up. Oh, I love Bugsy.
Hold on, I'm not ready. Oh, he's left.
Kneidalach, I have to understand. Why did you call yourself Kneidalach?
Kneidalach.
Wow. Kneidalach, come on, man.
What does that mean?
Kneidalach.
What is Kneidalach?
It's beautiful.
Passover.
No, it's not. Kneidalach, it's not.
It's anytime.
Passover.
Not just Passover, anytime.
A big soup, and you make like a ball with the matzah balls. This is called Kneidalach.
I just looked for it. I'm seeing it. It looks very plain.
It's soup.
You can say the truth. It looks like shit.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know if like shit, but it looks boring. I mean, it's just like water with a couple of balls.
food of Ashkenazi. It's very boring. The Ashkenazi food.
What are you trying to say? You're trying to say I'm a boring person? What you trying to say? No,
Jordan, this is a TikTok event.
Eat the fish.
Like Kneidalach, let me tell you, like Kneidalach is like
I know what it's
no, I'm trying to make a good comparison. Kneidalach is like a Christmas pudding to Christians. It's like the
and they were talking kind of like.
Stands before an altar on which are his burning bell, the rubble and two of the cakes of light. In the sign of the altar, he reaches west across the altar and cries, "Hail, Holy Ghost, in thy heart, into the caverns of the dark." He gives a sign of silence and takes the bell and fire in his hands. He's to the altar, see me stand with life and movement in my He's like places the fire in the world. I strike a bell, I light the flame, I answer the mysterious name. is the blood. Bring me through midnight to the sun. Save me from evil and from good.
I one crown of all the 10. Even now, here be mine.
Put the first cake on the fire of the thurible.
Underneath the stick of ladies that oranges of my
He
name.
makes a miserable edges and strikes 11 times upon the bell. Baron even makes a pot and spreads the blood beside him. Behold his bleeding breast of mine.
Yes, with the sacramental sign.
He puts the second cake to the wound. I sense the blood. Going for soul. Lit up and now high priest in blow. He eats the second cake, the spread I eat the soap, I swear. As I inflame myself with prayer.
There is no grace, there is no guilt. This is the order of the wilt.
He strikes 11 times upon the bell. The magician, his breast bare, stands before an altar on which are his burning bells.
And two of the cakes are light.
In the sign of the emperor, he reaches west across the altar and cries.
Hail, ride that goes in thy bark into the caverns of the dark.
He gives a sign of silence and takes the bell and fire in his hands. He's on the altar, see me stand with light and music in my hand.
He strikes 11 times upon the bell. 3 flat 3,
Bring me through midnight to the sun, save me from evil and from good. That noble crown of all the dead.
even now and here be mine.
He puts the first cake on the fire of the thurible. I burn the incense cake. Proclaim these adorations of thy name. He makes the mountain never let Jesus strikes me 11 times on the bell. The burning that makes the morning's breast to the proper sign. Behold this bleeding breast of mine. Yes, with the sacramental sign.
He puts the second cake to the one.
I snatch the blood.
The wafer soaks it up in the high priest alone.
He eats the second cake, this bread I eat, this oath I swear. As I inflame myself with prayer.
There is no grace, there is no guilt. This is the order of the wilt. He strikes 11 upon the bell and cries, Abracadabra.
I enter in with woe, with mirth I now go forth and with thanksgiving. So my pleasure on the earth among the legions of the living. He goeth forth. He goeth forth. The magician, his breast bare, stands before an altar on which are his burning bell, variable, and two of the cakes of light. In the sign of the emperor, he reaches west across the altar and cries, Hail, rock that goest in thy bark into the caverns of the dark. He gives a sign of silence and takes the bell and fire in his hands. East of the altar, see me stand with light and music in my hand. He strikes 11 times upon the bell, 333, and places the fire in the thurible. I strike the bell, I light the flame, I utter the mysterious name, Abracadabra. He strikes 11 times upon the bell. Now I begin to pray, thou child, holy thy name, and undefiled thy reign is come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood, bring me through midnight to the sun. Save me from evil and from good, and thy one crown of all the 10. Even thou and here be mine head. He puts the first cake on the fire of the thurible. I burn the incense cake, proclaim these adorations of thy name. He makes them as in religious and strikes again 11 times upon the bell. With the burden he then makes upon his breast the proper sign. Behold this bleeding breast of mine, cast with the sacramental sign. He puts the second cake to the wound. I stanch the blood, the wafer soaks it up, and the high priest invokes. Eats the second cake, this bread I eat, so thy sway. As I inflame myself with prayer, there is no grace, there is no guilt. This is the Lord. Do what thou wilt. He strikes 11 times upon the bell and cries, Abracadabra. I entered in with woe, with mirth. I now go forth and with thanksgiving to do my pleasure on the earth among the legions of the living. He goeth forth, he goeth forth. The magician, his breast bare, stands before an altar on which are his burned bell, thurible, and two of the cakes of light. In the sign of the emperor, he reaches west across the altar and cries, Hail, rod that goest in thy bark into the caverns of the dark. He gives the sign of silence and takes the bell and fire in his hand. East of the altar, see me stand with light and music in my hand. He strikes 11 times upon the bell, 333, and places the fire in the thurible. I strike the bell, I light the flame, I utter the mysterious name. darkness come, thy will is done. Here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring me through midnight to the sun. Save me from evil and from good. That thy one crown of all the ten. Even now and here be mine. Amen. He puts the first cake on the fire of the thoroughbore. I burn the incense cake, proclaim these adorations of thy name. He makes them as in leper ledges and strikes again 11 times upon the bell. With authority then makes upon his breast the proper sign. Behold this bleeding breast of mine, gashed with the sacramental sign. He puts the second cake to the wound. I stanch the blood, the wafer soaks it up, and the high priest invokes. He eats the second cake. This bread I eat, this oath I swear, as I inflame myself with prayer. There is no grace, there is no guilt, this is the law. Do what the wilt. He strikes 11 times upon the bell and cries, Radabra, I entered in with woe, with mirth. I now go forth with thanksgiving to do my pleasure on the earth among the legions of the living. He goeth The magician his breast bare stands before an altar on which are his burring bells. Thurible and two of the cakes of light in the sign of the emperor he reaches west across the altar and herald that goest in thy bark into the caverns of the dark. He gives the sign of silence and takes the veil and fire in his hands. East of the altar see me stand with the light and music in my hand. He strikes 11 times upon the bell. Right, 5, 3, 3, 3, and this is the fire in the horrible. I strike the bell, I light the flame, I utter the mysterious name. Abrahadabra, he strikes 11 times upon the bell. Now I begin to pray. Holy thy name and undefiled. Thy ring is called, here is the bread, here is the blood. Bring me through midnight to the sun. Save me from evil and from good. That thy one crown of all the ten. Even now and here be mine. Amen. He puts the first cake on the fire of the thurible. I burn the incense cake proclaim these adorations of thy name. He makes them as in limbo ledges and strikes again 11 times upon the bell. With a burden he then makes upon his breast the proper sign. Behold this bleeding I snatched the blood away for smoking up, and the high priest did go. He's the second king, this bread I eat, this oath I swear, as I inflame myself with prayer. There is no grace, this is the love, he strikes the He strikes 11 times upon the bell and cries, Abracadabra. I am turning with woe and mirth. I now go forth with thanksgiving, that to do my pleasure on the earth, among the legions of the living.
I watched as they brought Somalians in.
The phoenix at the bell, for sound, fire for sight, a knife for touch, 2 cakes, 1 for taste, the other for smell. He stands before the altar of the universe at sunset, when earth's light fades. He summons the universe and crowns it with magic light to replace the sun of natural light. He prays into and give homage to our good. To him he the sacrifices. The first king birth illustrates the prophet drawn from the scheme of incarnation. The second mix with his life's blood illustrates the use of the Lord life to feed the higher life. He then takes the oath and becomes free. Unconditioned, the absolute, burning up the flame of his prayer, and born again defeated. The Phoenix! Sound, fire for sight, a knife for touch, 2 cakes, 1 for taste, the other for smell. He stands before the altar of the universe at sunset, when earth's light fades. He summons the universe and crowns it with magic light to replace the sun of natural light. He prays unto and give homage to our to him he then sacrifices. The first cake word illustrates the prophet drawn from the scheme of incarnation. The second mix with his life's blood illustrates the use of the Lord light to feed the higher life. He then takes the oath and becomes free. Unconditioned, the absolute, burning up the flame of his prayer, and born again the Phoenix. The Phoenix at the bell for sound, fire for sight, a knife for touch, 2 cakes, 1 for taste, the other for smell. He stands before the altar of the universe at sunset, when earth light fades. He summons the universe and crowns it with magic light to replace the sun of natural light. He prays unto and give homage to our way. To him he did sacrifices. The first cake bird illustrates the prophet drawn from the scheme of incarnation. The second mix with his life blood unneeded illustrates the use of the lower life to feed the higher life. He Extremely well designed machine. Our music we're using then to try to be only a machine to defeat another machine. That's very technical. You understand what you're which you said no, have you ever won a war, Jimmy? I have.
The Phoenix at the bell for sound.
When I was at university, I one of those small, complicated, large systems we were doing.
Cakes, one for taste. He's standing before the altar of the universe. Sunset when earth like face. He summons the universe, crowns it with magic light. To replace the sun of natural light, he prays unto and gives homage to Rahu. To him he then sacrifice. The first cake burned illustrates the prophet drawn from the scheme of incarnation. The second mixed with his lamb's blood and to him illustrates the use of the lower life to feed the higher life. He then takes the oath and becomes free of condition. The absolute burden of the flame of his will. I'm born again. I mean, Phoenix. Butterfly in the sky. The Phoenix hath a bell for sound, fire for sight, a knife for touch, two cakes, one for taste, the other for smell. He standeth before the altar of the universe at sunset when earthlight fades. He summons the universe and crowns it with magic light. To replace the sun of natural light, he prays unto and give homage to Rahu. To him he then sacrifices. The first cake burned illustrates the prophet drawn from the scheme of incarnation. The second mixed with his life's blood and heat illustrates the use of the lower life to feed the higher life. He then takes the oath and becomes
us free on condition, the absolute, burning up the flame of his prayer, and born again, a phoenix. The Ottoman army arrives on the outskirts of Constantinople at Easter, the holiest day in the Christian world. This thing was always going to come.
Our Lord, the merciful Sultan Mehmed was fair, the citizens of the city, harming neither their families nor their belongings, if you voluntarily surrender. In return, you will open the gates of the city and kiss the hands of our Sultan. They rejected Kitover, Sultan, preparing the tent. What love you most?
God wants to demonstrate if he then takes over and becomes free, unconditioned, the absolute, burning up the flame of his prayer and born again, the phoenix. The phoenix had a bell for sound, fire for sight, an eye for touch, 2 cakes, 1 for taste, the other for smell. He standeth before the altar of the universe at sunset when earth life fades. He summons the universe and crowns it with natural delight. Give praise unto and give homage to a heart true to him. He that sacrifices the first thing burnt illustrates the prophet drawn from the scheme of incarnation. The second mixed with his life's blood and Eden illustrates the use of the lower life to be the higher life. He then takes the oath and becomes free, unconditioned, the absolute, burning up the flame of his prayer and born again, the phoenix.
People-minded cultists.
Touch, 2 cakes, 1 for taste, the other for smell. Takes the oath and becomes free.
That's sufficient. The idea is that there are limitations on our empathy and our compassion, and if we were better people, we would consider that African child to be a particular way if we were better people. And so maybe that's where the analogy is. There's some friction. But God doesn't have these limitations of empathy and stuff. So, but I think that is an interesting. I think that is a satisfactory response.
I could even expound on it. Let's say, well, you and I both don't have any children now. But let's say we did, right? You love your child because the child is born of you, right? And we're understanding to be born of God. And so you love that child more so than this kid in Africa. In virtue of that, in virtue of your actions to create him, it's not because of anything the child did to merit that love from you, Daniel. And this is how God is. Like, God loves his children, every single one of them. The problem is, some people are going to claim that African child is yours. No. They say, no, my child is right here in my home. This African child is not my child, and I don't treat him like my child. I don't even think about the person in Africa because he's not my child. Well, if that's the case with God, I would say that God is concerned with every single one of his children. Should he be concerned with this other child? And let me just put it this way, the child of the devil? Why should he love the child of the devil? It's not his own. And so, I can even expound on it even more, but that would be the type of reasoning, my view.
Yeah, I'll just say one last thing. The idea is God loves everybody, and that's like just a trope that is said in Christianity, and there seems to be a universal message, and you could see the message of Jesus, Paul, is like, well, everyone's involved in this stuff. It's not like people that are, and they all have some opportunity. But on this view, it seems that God's compassion or his mercy isn't extended in a way that you would think it would be. He's described in this extraordinary ways, like his compassion and empathy, but nonetheless doesn't apply to other creatures of his. And it seems like maybe that could be considered a failing or just an empathy or compassion that's unfulfilled. Wouldn't he be more compassionate if everyone were involved, as opposed to having children of Satan?
So very good. So, what does the Bible say? I will have mercy upon whom I have mercy, and compassion upon whom I have compassion. Well, Lord, wouldn't you be greater if you had more compassion on this other group over here? One might ask. Paul answers that. Does that make God unjust? It'd be no. That's a rhetorical question. Because it's his prerogative to make out of the same clay a lump, something for honor and dishonor. This is his prerogative. And we see why there is the vessels of wrath for his objects of mercy. We see why this grace from Pharaoh and hardened his heart. Why did we see this? Because he built them up for the very reason to display his own glory to the entire world. Because God is God who in every single action glorifies himself. Now we humans would think, well, if somebody were to glorify themselves, that would be like a narcissist or something. That would just be some sort of major character defect. But there's a distinction between the creator and the creature. In fact, everything that glorifies God is good. If God glorifies himself, it's good. If we glorify God, it's good. If we glorify ourselves, that's in place of not glorifying God, which is evil. And this is why we, the creature, glorify ourselves. This is evil. Because that which is good is that which glorifies God. Every single little action that God does, he who he is cannot do anything else but glorify himself. And so what does that represent? How does God glorify himself? Well, he's a God of justice. He's a God of mercy. And he's a God of redemption. He's a Savior. So, how can this be manifested if the world does not conform to his greatness? There must be sin in the world. Because God needs it. He's self-sufficient. He's unsaved. It's a case that the world must conform to the magnificence and great attributes of his great making wonders. This is why there's sin in the world. So, the question is, why this person rather than someone else? Why is Sirius the Savior? And Larry over there is and has no salvation in him, you know? Has nothing to do with Susie or Larry. That has everything to do with God. Because he does it. That's what God does. So what's up, music?
I'm just wondering, are you guys going to spend the whole day repeating yourselves? I mean, is there anything new under the sun? You know, have you had new thoughts? Have you read anything new? Or are you just a box that repeats itself, you know, and is there a point or a purpose? Or are you just expounding your own joy at this divine wisdom? You know, so, I mean, how long will you do what you do?
The way I look at it, sir, I would liken it to an algebra, 7th grade algebra teacher. He just loves algebra, right? And year after year, as people graduate from elementary school and go to his class, he is teaching people the same thing year after year after year, 30 years, 40 years later, he's still teaching the same algebra to some students that enter his class, and he just loves algebra. He's going to say the same thing, and he also understands that repetition is the foundation of learning.
So you read books, and then you tell people your understanding of what you read in those books, correct? You're a teacher.
Well, no, sir. I'm a student, and sometimes I share what I learn.
Well,
if I share what I learn, do you think that represents teaching?
Yeah, that makes you a teacher. You're sharing education and information that you learned, and now you're hopefully passing off a less complicated version of that information so other people can easily and readily digest it via this conference call app. I'm just saying, if you think that there is sin in the world to manifest God, you know, what are the sins happening today that, you know, are never going away? So it's kind of like you're describing the situation, but you're not transforming it. You're just describing it.
Well, we do believe there's a world coming where there's no more sin, no more suffering, no more tears.
Oh, shit. My kalimba popped.
This is what God promises
We
us.
popped a kalimba!
This is the New Jerusalem spoken about in Revelation, where God never withdraws his light. He never leaves us nor forsakes us. This is our hope as a Christian, sir. This is eternal life. So, the things that we see around us are temporal. Things about God are eternal. So what do you think I'm talking about? You think I'm talking about the temporal? I'm not. But yeah, I do have another question. If I experience joy and I share what I receive with this joy, am I teaching? If I just share that which I receive, whether it's knowledge, whether it's joy, or peace, or love, and we certainly can't give away that which I don't have. That'd be perpetrating a fraud. But if it's the case that what I have received is genuine and substantive and true, and I share that, am I being a teacher? I don't know, am I? If I receive joy and I share with Daniel, my friend here, and he shares in that joy with me, am I teaching him joy? I don't know.
Well, if you can demonstrate joy, you are exhibiting joy. Therefore, you are teaching it because presentations require exhibits. I'm just saying the word tea has teacher in it. Teacher has tea in it. And what do you do during tea ceremony? You relax deeply and you express your joy being in the now.
You know, it's an interesting Chinese proverb that comes to mind. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Not every student's ready. Do you agree?
I think every student's ready. It's just a question of when will they mature and ripen to basically be a respectful, honorable, intelligent person who is not angered at every conversation and every person. And someone who wastes all their time, you know, I call it the book club. If we're not going to discuss books, read books, debate books, and talk about the big ideas in books, we're doing conversational hypnosis, which is to our detriment.
So, when you say angry, did you mean me? Do I sound angry to you?
No, I'm talking about people on this app and in the real world. They road rage all the time to their detriment. If they were just in the presence of Jesus and in the flow state, there would be no blockages, no friction, no conflict.
Are you a believer, sir?
In Jesus Christ?
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Wasn't quite clear, sir, whether you were a Christian.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so am I wrong to say you sounded very angry?
No, I'm not angry. I'm just, got to get to the gym and read a book.
I guess I was wrong then. You're claiming you're not angry.
Correct. Not angry over here.
How about passionate? Maybe you're passionate.
I'm laughing over here. I'm passionate and laughing. You know, I think that a lot of people don't realize that Jesus Christ is and was the best at everything that could ever be accomplished by a man. And that includes the great comedy.
The great comedy? I don't exactly know what you mean.
It's called the universe. It's called, the great comedy, the great tragedy. it doesn't matter what it is, Christ fulfilled it. So it could be a comedy, it could be a drama, it could be an action. There's just so many categories or genres. The story of Christ hits all the nails on the head, no matter what category or genre you want to choose.
Yeah, it's a very compelling story. This is what I was telling Shanito. That he was talking about fictional stories and how they just tug on the heartstrings. I think one of his characterizations, how they move people. And I was saying, yeah, you know, Genesis chapter 1 may be cosmogony, but once you get into Genesis chapter 2, we're talking about the story of man, and the story of what about man, the fall of man, and the redemption of man. And by the time you get to Christianity, you have Christ as the Redeemer. And yeah, he hits all the nails, sir. I agree. And the story of redemption is very compelling. To me, personally, because I'm a dude that needed redemption.
Well, it's also about consciousness. It's not just about redemption or sin. It is about primarily consciousness, Christ consciousness. You want one-to-one. You want your mind or your soul to hopefully be illuminated with the wisdom and the story and the experience that Christ achieved. You know, I don't think it's just one and done. I think that everyone has that personal responsibility to attempt to try to duplicate or clone the journey of Christ within their own life. I mean, that's hopefully what the script or the program that you read is accomplishing for you.
There's some Bible passages that I used to remember. And one of them is Romans 12, verses 1 and 2. Hopefully I won't butcher the rendition, but it says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and prove what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." And so the way I understand it, sir, this consciousness that you talk about, this Christ consciousness, I don't know what you mean. I've heard that catchphrase